How's it going, everybody? So the OnePlus 12R is probably the best mid-range device you could get in 2024 going into 2025. This device can be had for $500, $499. If you get this off of OnePlus's website with the trade-in, you could probably get it a little bit cheaper. Well, this device just got better. Android 15 just got released for this device and the OnePlus 12. The OnePlus 12 came out a couple weeks ago, and now it has trickled down to the OnePlus 12R. Now, I had this installed last night, and I've been using this device, slapped my SIM card in, and wow, this thing is amazing. The animations, just everything, the smoothness of this device has improved. The UI has improved a lot, and we're going to talk about it. So we're going to talk about the OnePlus 12R that just got Android 15. Thank you guys for joining me here today on Sick Eric Tech. I really appreciate your time. First time here, welcome. We do a lot of videos like this, a lot of reviews of devices, comparisons, and things like that. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon. That way you don't miss out on future videos here on the channel. So let's go ahead and talk about the OnePlus 12R with Android 15. Let's go. All right, so we got Android 15 running on the OnePlus 12R, and the installation didn't really take that long, and has been a very nice experience. We go to About Device, and it shows all the information for OnePlus, and you can see Oxygen OS 15 running on the 12R. So that is absolutely fantastic. And let me tell you guys that the animations is one of the first things I noticed on this new update. They are absolutely butter smooth when it comes down to animations. When you're opening up apps, you can open up stuff, it just goes straight to it, and the apps are just really nice when opening up stuff, and the animations is actually quite pleasant on here. A huge improvement from before when it comes down to the animations on the OnePlus 12R. The scrolling has been absolutely phenomenal when it comes down to the smoothness as well. And one thing you'll notice over here is going to be your drop down menu over here for all your quick toggles has been redesigned. A lot of people may not like that. If you swipe down over here on the right, you get all your quick toggles. If you swipe down over here, you get all your notifications, and I actually don't mind it. I actually been looking forward to this whole redesign when it comes down to the quick toggles on the OnePlus on all OnePlus 12 or devices on here. So really nice. So going on over some of the specs, OnePlus 12R does have a 6.78 inch LTPO4 AMOLED display, supports 1 billion colors, 120 Hz, HDR10 plus, Dolby Vision, peak brightness of 4500 nits. So that is insane. You get a higher resolution than 1080p. You get 1264 by 2780 with 450 pixels per inch, covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. You always get an always on display, which will go through the themes, and you do have several different themes that you could choose from. So that's really nice. And the fingerprint animation as well has been improved, and the fingerprint sensor has been improved as well. So as far as under the hood, now running Android 15 with 4 years of security patches for this device. You're running a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor on the OnePlus 12R with the Adreno 740 GPU. This particular device has 16 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of internal storage that is not expandable through micro SD. So as far as performance goes, like I said, this device has been really nice when it comes down to that. And no issues. This thing is fast. It was already fast before, but Android 15 just took it to another level. So now in wallpapers and styles, we get what they're calling Flux themes on here. And this is mainly going to be for your lock screen and your always on display. You're able to get a little bit more of a 3D effect, sort of like what Apple's doing on their devices, to where the actual picture overlays the text on your always on display, which is actually pretty cool. I could probably go without all the never settle and everything like that. You get a bunch of themes on here that are all preset. I would like to customize these and actually put your own text on there. That would actually be pretty cool. And then you get some other themes right here that you could put pictures, and it'll sort of pop out a cutout on your screen as well. A bunch of never settle stuff on there and things like that. You could also get more themes if you want. So that's really cool. But like I said, I would like to customize this a little bit more and put your own text on there. And you also get playful stuff. Here you go right here. And this will adjust your wallpapers. You could also do styles if you want to blur your wallpaper or give it a nice effect, lumina effect, grid, liquid, and things like that. You can do whatever you want to that wallpaper. We're going to go ahead and disregard that. And you get classic, which is going to be your regular OnePlus Classic with your clock and things like that. Not really much going on there. And then you also get cover, which is going to do the text, never settle, and you're always on display, which is the one I'm rocking right now. So really nice when it comes down to customization. A bunch of different wallpapers, of course. I don't know if any of these are new. Some of these might be new, which comes down to the Sublime ones, the Sleek, and Light Shadow maybe, but I think they're all pretty much the same. You're always on display. You're able to customize this to seamless, or you could also just go to your classic. All the clocks stayed the same on here, so nothing really new when it comes down to your clocks on that. You get your personalized right here as well. You can customize that, and then you also get your system, your carbon footprint, homeland, your insight, your digital clock, and things like that. So you're still able to have those on there as well. Your icons are still highly customizable on here. Nothing new here. When it comes down to icons, you can customize these however you want to have them rounded, or whatever you prefer. And you can also have these to where they're going to theme with your system if you want to do that as well. But I just have them regular. And then you also get your color right here to do your accent colors. All of this seems to look the same when it comes down to that. Your fingerprint sensor. I think we might have the same fingerprint sensors. I think this halo might be different. It looks a little different to me, but everything else still the same. You still have your fireworks, your ripple for your fingerprint animation. Of course, edge lighting, you still only get 3 colors for that. So would have liked to see a little bit more when it came down to that, but it is what it is. As far as all the settings go, they look pretty much almost the same. But as far as the smoothness goes when scrolling through everything, it's absolutely amazing. You got your home screen and layout. When it comes down to that, your double tap to lock, and a little bit of a difference when all of this goes as far as the look of it. Apply advanced blur to effects notifications. You can do that as well to have it on or off. As you can see, they're going with this little iPhone, Apple type look to it, which I guess it is what it is, but I kind of wish OnePlus would go back to the roots when it comes down to that. You could adjust your animation effect when it comes down to the speed. Raise to wake, double tap, of course, to turn on and off your screen. So there's that. Display and brightness. It looks a little different. You're still able to control your dark settings. You could go enhanced, medium, or gentle. I usually like doing the enhanced. And then you get everything else right there. Adjust icons to dark wallpaper. You could adjust your wallpaper to dark mode to give it a nice little tint. And you also get your auto brightness. Everything here still, for the most part, looks the same. You get your screen color mode. I like to use cinematic just because it uses that P3 mode on there. You also get brilliant, and you can customize the warmth or the coldness of your color screen as well. Image sharpener, that stays the same. Screen attention, screen resolution here, you are able to customize that. Of course, I have it on high. That all stayed the same as well. And your refresh rates, for the most part, all stays the same as well. You can do app specific refresh rates. So if you wanted to dial down your refresh rate per app, you can do that as well. Sounds and vibrations all look the same. I have not seen any changes here. Sound effects settings, this is your Dolby Atmos stuff. All of this looks the same. Your haptics, haptics all look the same as well. No changes there. Security and privacy, for the most part, all of this looks the same. You have your hide your apps, You can be a little bit more secure on here, creating certain app folders and things like that. Now the battery, you do have certain settings, your charging settings. Now you do have a smart rapid charging. I don't think this was here before. Charge your device faster using a genuine power adapter. And of course, this will be the adapter that came with your device. Power savings, you do have all your power saving stuff right there. Battery health, now you do have, along with Android 15, is your charging limit. So smart charging, to slow down battery aging, your device learns from your charging habits and adjusts charging patterns accordingly. When a device level reaches 80%, it may automatically defer charging to 100 until shortly before you need to use it. And then you also have charging limit. To delay battery aging, the battery level will be kept at 80% while charging. This feature will automatically turn on when your device has been charging for too long. So these are features that were available on Android 15 and they are now on the OnePlus 12R. So I have not had an opportunity to fully check out the battery life on here, see if it's any different. Battery life on the OnePlus 12R was already really good. So we'll have to see with this update if it has improved. And then going on over to system, of course, this is all your system update stuff. And about device, this looks different as well. Gives you all your information about your OnePlus device. So yeah, everything on here absolutely butter smooth. So let's go ahead and talk about the cameras now, shall we? And check those out. Alright, so here is a sample of the rear-facing cameras of the OnePlus 12R recorded at 4K 60 frames per second, and I think video actually looks really good with this new update. Images I think can come out a little bit over sharpened sometimes, especially you zoom in, you can tell there's a lot of over sharpening in the photo department, but video actually doing pretty well. The only thing I would say is when you start messing with your filters, like to change it to vivid or changing your f-stop to make the background blur, it will dumb the video down to 1080p 30 frames per second, which is, I've been trying to mess with that right now and couldn't figure out why my videos were getting dumbed down to 1080p. So once you start messing with those settings, it goes away from 4K. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I would like those options to be on 4K as well. But here you go. Now let's go on over to the front facing camera, which again does have issues. Let's go. Alright, so here is the front-facing camera recording at 1080p resolution. Unfortunately, we do not get any 4K resolution on the front-facing camera. OnePlus has been doing this for so long already, and I think they need to just actually give us 4K resolution. The OnePlus 12 does have 4K resolution on the front-facing camera, but they need to give it to all of the cameras. But here is a sample of front-facing footage recorded at 1080p on the 12R. I think it actually looks pretty good. Even though it is 1080p, you are able to blur the background, so that's actually really, really nice. Alright, so what do you think about the video quality? Now, as far as improvement, I do notice a little bit of improvement with the video. As far as the cameras go, let's talk about those. So you do get a 50 megapixel main sensor with an aperture of f1.8. Does support PDAF and laser autofocus, and does have optical image stabilization. You get an 8 megapixel ultra wide with an aperture of f2.2, and then you also get a 2 megapixel useless macro sensor on the back. I could do without that. You can record up to 4K 60 frames per second. On the rear, your front facing camera is going to be a 16 megapixel with an aperture of f2.4, and you can only record up to 1080 30 frames per second, and it does have EIS, not OIS. And I think the photo quality on the OnePlus was already pretty good in my opinion, but I think it has gotten a little bit better. Maybe too much over sharpening on here. That's for you guys to check out to see if if it's just in my head or not. But I think the photo quality actually looks really good still on the OnePlus 12R. Never had any issues with it. I would prefer to have had a telephoto lens rather than that macro lens, and maybe a little bit better ultra wide, since the ultra wide does tend to suffer in low light when it comes down to the graininess and things like that, and a bunch of noise in there. But as far as a nice point and shoot camera, this is actually really good on the OnePlus. You get a lot of different options on here when it comes down to your modes. You get night, you get movie mode, you get long exposure, dual video capture, tilt, shift, you get your macro sensor, and then you also do get a pro mode when it comes down to your photos. Unfortunately, no pro mode when it comes down to video. And you also get your portrait mode. You can, adjust up as far as your depth of field. So that's actually really, really nice. And yeah, I think the photos, I can't really tell if they've improved a lot from the last update, but they still look good to me, and that's all that matters. As far as Wi-Fi goes, you are running Wi-Fi 7 on here. You do get Bluetooth 5.3, and no issues with that. As far as connectivity, I think everything still stayed the same. I have not had any bugs on here that I have noticed. So far, everything, like I said, has been pretty smooth. And as far as battery goes, 5,500 milliamp hour battery. And before this update, like I said, the OnePlus was pretty much an all-day device. You do get 80-watt Super VOOC charging on here. And I think the charging animation has been updated. So we're going to go and plug it in. And this does look different when it does charge on here. You're using the Super VOOC stock charger that comes with your device. And I think this does look different. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the charging animation has been changed with this last update. So like I said earlier, this device can be had for about $500. It does come in two colors. You get your cool blue, and then you also get an iron gray. There's also electric violet, but I think that's a special edition OnePlus 12R. You can get this off Amazon, like I said earlier, $499. Probably get it cheaper off of OnePlus, but Android 15 on the OnePlus 12R has been an absolute delight. I cannot wait to test this out further. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.